guys, welcome back to another one. So in a previous video, it was actually the previous 410 assembly video, you know what I mean, that we can't find any 410 buckshot around here. Well, one of you guys, Graham, which I believe Graham has sent us some stuff before, reached out and was like, hey, I got some 410 buckshot of a few different kinds I can send you guys. So that's what's going on here. Graham has sent us some 410 buckshot 3-inch Winchesters. I have the 2.5-inch version too, and something really weird I don't think many people have ever seen. But yeah, 3-inch 5 pellet triple-aught buck here, 1135 FPS. Now the box does have a fox and a coyote on it. However, these can absolutely be used for deer as well. People get deer with these all the time. I've seen it done right here on YouTube. Having one of them days where I can't speak again, guys. But there's nothing on this box, no like a little sales pitch or blurb, nothing. We just have warnings, our specs, information about Olin or Winchester, specs again. That's it. They recently redesigned the box. I believe it was sometime early last year. Yeah, this box looks a little bit nicer. It has sort of a cream white finish in the middle of it, which is one of my favorite colors. But enough about that. Let's move on to this. This does have a brass head on it. I believe 12mm, legit brass, not brass plated steel. Winchester 209. And this is the AAHS Hall branded Super X. They do have a roll crimp on it, and you can see one of the buckshot pellets right there on top. Looks really cool. They put this together exactly the way they put their slugs together. I mean, with a roll crimp anyway. I have no idea what's in here besides the 5 triple-aught buck. I expect it to have the same gas seal piece as the slug and buffer. Nowhere on this does it say a buffered load, but I mean, pretty much all high-end, or not even high-end, factory buckshot from Winchester, Remington, and Federal will almost always have buffer. And that says upside down 76mm, which is 3 inches. 3-inch, don't know what that says right in the middle, but triple-aught buck. It probably says 5P for 5 pellet. And the Super X. Alright, let's crack it open and see how they put it together. Okay, so here's the pellets, obviously 5. If you look close, you can probably see numerous flat spots on them. That's because these are swaged pellets, not cast. Oh, went blurry there, sorry guys. Let me get that back into normal frame, there we go. Now, I do want to compare that to my cast triple-aught buck here. If you can't figure it out, I'm working on my own version of the 5 pellet triple-aught here, but oh, don't roll off. Anyway, here they are compared. They appear to be exactly the same size. I don't see a huge difference between them, if any at all. But you can see the Winchester pellets, more polished than mine are. I didn't tumble mine for very long. But again, there are numerous little flat spots because these are swaged. Versus mine are cast, they are much more round and probably a lot harder alloy. This is hard cast lead, I just know that by the way it looks. But mine are probably harder. This is wheel weight with a little bit of linotype or linotype, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's some pretty hard stuff. Probably some of the hardest buckshot I've ever cast actually. But side by side, you can tell mine are just a little bit more round. I mean, which isn't a huge deal. These are not a long-range shell by any means, but a nicer pellet is a nicer pellet. I'm not saying mine are like, you know, god tier or anything like that. I'm just saying that swaged buckshot, although some pretty good stuff, is generally not as good as cast hard buckshot can be. Those 5 pellets weigh 4/5 of an ounce, spot on, or 8/10. But let's dig the calipers out and actually measure one. I know just from memory, 5 pellets of mine are 0.81. Mine are actually a little bit heavier, although the difference is pretty much negligible. But yeah, 4/5 of an ounce, that's not bad, especially in a 410. And look at that, guys, spot on 36 caliber. If you didn't know, triple aught buck is 36 caliber, and we have it right there. Now that's not the all the way around measurement. At its smallest, it's .357. At its biggest, .3604 is what I got anyway. But I just happened to pick it right back up. 36 caliber. Here is the gas seal, and that is the only plastic component in here. Turns out, guys, there's no buffer. That really threw me for a loop. It's not very often you see shells from Winchester, Remington, Federal, and a few other brands that don't have buckshot in them. I mean, buffer. It's pretty, I'd say it'd be pretty hard to find a buckshot shell with no buckshot. But yeah, I just pulled it out with a screw right there. And it's the same gas seal piece that they use in their slugs. I was right about that though. And yeah, that screw hole ain't going to hurt anything. It is not all the way through, and these are actually pretty stout, really hard plastic. So yeah, no worries about that. It is 1/2 inch tall. Yeah, it's a 1/2 inch tall, and that's about it. It seals the powder up pretty well. They are symmetrical. And for the dust, obviously, this being Winchester, I've never seen anything in their shells other than a ball powder. But this does appear to have a gold hue to it. That could just be the red hull against a silver ball powder, but let's weigh it. Okay, and for a charge in this one, 14.8. It's probably supposed to be 15 because, as you can see, there are a few flakes left on that, and there are a few flakes stuck down in the bottom of the hull, but we'll call it 15. It says 14.8, and you guys seen what I was explaining there, hopefully. Yeah, there you go, now you can see it. Anyways, the hull is straight wall. If you didn't know, the AA, HS, 410, and 28 gauge hulls are straight wall, not tapered. The more you know. And the dust, you know what I mean, does indeed have a gold flake to it. Now, I've never seen H110 or 296 in person. You guys let me know if those have a gold flake to them, because I really have no idea. The charge weight, nah, that might be, I'd say it could work with 4/5 ounce. Here is a better view of the dust. It's really shiny, and yep, it does have a slight gold or copper hue to it, and it is much finer grain than the Little Gun is. And if you didn't know, Little Gun is also a ball powder, but it's silver in color and is like half the grain size of stuff like Longshot, HS6, Super Handicap, WSF. Yeah, Little Gun is about half the grain size, and this looks about half the grain size of Little Gun. It's tiny. So this truly is a really simple shell. Hull and primer, dust, again, you know what I mean, gas seal piece, and 5 pellets with a roll crimp. I could probably throw together one of these in 10 seconds if I had my hand drill set up with the roll crimp tool and the powder dispenser here. Sorry, dust dispenser. Yep, just throw it in there, gas seal, buckshot, roll it, done. Anyways, I'll put this back together. I don't know if I can get it, you know, looking nice again. I'll show you here in a second before I re-roll it, but stack height on this is really tall, and I do not have a deep neck roll crimp tool. So, we'll see what we can do. If I mess it up, I have plenty of other once fired of these Winchester hulls here. So, again, if I mess it up, I'll just glue on an overshot card or something like that with another hull. So yeah, like I was saying, stack height, very, very tall. We might be somewhere in the ballpark of, well, right in between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an inch. That is very, very little room left to work with. But I'll try. Turns out I was right. I did not have nearly enough room for a roll crimp on that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I have some beeswax. And, well, I'll just take a lighter and drip some beeswax right on top of that and seal it up. We'll call it good. But anyways, guys, I'll do that off camera. The These are pretty cool. I did not expect them to not have any buffer. I didn't expect them to be 36 caliber either. I was expecting 35. And honestly, if these were 35s, then I probably could have crimped that, but no big deal. Again, I have plenty of beeswax that one of you guys actually sent. But the 2.5-inch version is coming. I hope those do have buffer and maybe a little bit more room. I haven't looked at them yet. But yeah, that's going to end this one here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.